Hey there, I'm Amy, and this is Draw My Life. But as any teenager, I want to change the world. So let's change it a little bit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's draw our migration as humans. Well, the first thing you should know is that migration is the movement of one person or a group of people from any place through a political or geographic border who wish to stay definitely or temporarily in some different place from your original location. This displacement is due to curiosity, a desire for a better life, or for the sake of survival. The percentage of international migrants is about 3% of the world's population. UN statistics reveal that by 2050 the number of international migrants has reached 244 million people, of whom 20 million were refugees. But despite all the walls, fences, and laws raised by countries to avoid the entrances of outsiders, the contribution of foreigners has always been one of the main engines of evolution of species itself. Although the exalted moods of those who want to protect themselves from the different of them considered invasive do not allow them to perceive the impact of foreigners are beneficial for the economy, society, and knowledge, especially in the medium and long term. Immigrants accounted for 10% of global GDP in 2015, according to a study by the Mackenzie Global Institute (MGI). Research showed that world GDP was 3 billion higher than if these people had not moved. Migrants of all skill levels contribute positively to the economy, whether through innovation, entrepreneurship, or the liberation of natives for higher value jobs, reports the MGI study. The most notable example of this is the United States, where immigrants own 25% of the new business, despite of comprising only 13% of the population. But let's take a moment and step away from the quantitative measure we have and simply observe the example of immigrants who, as we know, have made it big. Steve Jobs at Apple and Sergey Brin of Google, both second-generation immigrants from Syria and Russia respectively. Today, the companies they founded have become the backbone of the global technology industry. From the point of view of the labor market, although it's thought that the arrival of international will only increase competition and bring down wages, for each job they take, there are 1.2 new jobs created, according to a study also published in 2015 by the U.S. National Research Office (NBER). After all, immigrants are also consumers and increase the demand for waiters, salesmen, teachers, etc. And the war in safety issue, it's always related to the population in the most fragile condition. The more vulnerable you are, the more you are involved in crime. So, it's essential to give foreigners the opportunity to become self-sustainable. Offering refuge is not letting stay. It does not have a welfare character. It's a humanitarian gesture for an emergency situation, and it aims the integration of people in the country where they are. It's enough to consider the results of the already consolidated migratory aims to realize that a priori rejection is an error. Was it negative, for example, the arrival of Italians, Germans, and Japanese in Brazil? Or Mexican, Chinese, and Irish in the United States? Ignoring the benefits of this contribution means walking against the evolutionary path of our race. That is all, people. Thank you to the Planet Magazine and to you for watching.